Hi, my name's Hurt. There's a right tool for the job, and this is not it.
Nobody's cheating. Hey!
Good morning, Bill Dial Vietnam. And I did not fight in Vietnam, all you damn YouTubers. That shit's older than me, okay? But today, we are finishing up the intake. We are finishing up this front end. We are going to finish up all the little things back here. You can see these beautiful shock mounts. We've got to box in this area right here. We've got to finish that trans fan mount. And then this afternoon, I believe we have plumbing. So plumbing and wiring is gonna be going in. It would be nice to hear a fire today, huh?
Yeah.
So we're going for a fire today. They're going to, wow.
New morning, so we have the ladder bar stuff that we gotta put on today. So
we have the ladder bar stuff, but none of this shit matters because always cannot go on without our boy, Surge. He's back, right and back.
now that we have all this stuff on, we can figure out how we're gonna finish the rest of the cage for the rear. The suspension has to be tied to the cage itself for reinforcement, and the front supports of the ladder bar and this bar have to be reinforced to the cage also. So we were waiting on this to get that done. We're gonna throw the diff in with some jack stands, center it, measure everything, and then we're gonna figure out which way we're gonna put this and where we're gonna mount it. So this bar has to be mounted here and through here and over there. So we're gonna have to do some cutting to clear the drive shaft and figure that out. So that's gonna be today's project.
All right, Brad. So what's in the boxes?
Padding, hopefully for my ass. These are the cushions.
Ooh. Well, these are gray. They're not even black.
Oh, they're black. That's inside out.
Oh. No, gotta order one extra.
Now I want to see you fit in that.
Which one's that one? That's a That's the 16.
That's a 15.
Which one's this one?
15. This is perfect for me.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep. That's perfect.
Come here, sit on my lap. Maybe you'll fit. I'm like an adapter.
This is yours.
Hey, just like you do hurt. Don't give it.
This is. Oh, okay. All right, about to say.
Is it wider?
Yeah.
16.
Oh yeah.
There.
No, that's perfect.
Look at your butt cheek sticking out right here.
That's my ass.
There's like a butt cheek sticking right there.
All right, so now we gotta mount the seats so you can finish the cage. Brad, don't you ask her to do?
What?
Welcome back to Build and Battle. Hi, Brad.
Hi.
How you doing? If you don't remember, last time Brad pretty much got his car on the floor, motor in, rear end done, but he's kind of out of money. And John, car is still not on the ground, just got his ladder bar kit, but has money. So it's kind of neck and neck right now. Mochi, how you feel about that? Serge is back in the house because the Vargas brothers are nothing without him.
We need this to work. We don't want to do like go launch and have the diff fly out like every drag video you've seen.
Let's check on Team Brad. Oh, he stole Mochi. He's got the power now. He's got all the power now.
Here, Mochi, get out this dusty ass truck.
You want to go fast. Started going slow. Mochi's joining Team Pistons.
What you got going? Oh, okay. Brad, you feeling it? You gonna start this thing today or what?
That's the goal. That's the goal. We gotta go get some electrical stuff. I'm gonna get this stuff finished. He's gonna work on fuel lines, oil lines, harness bar, and I'm gonna mount the shifter right now. So So yeah, we're ready to go. We should be driving by tomorrow.
Hey man, you should be embarrassed that you're getting rid of this third pedal.
Hi, my name's Hurt.
I did not come here to be abused, okay? I did not come here. I'm more than a host, all right? If you want to be proud for taking out the third pedal to be a little automatic boy, you know what? I wasn't biased, but now they're gonna roll gears past you, all right? Yeah. All right? Brad, if you make fun of me again, we're not friends.
We just cut a fan in half?
Yeah.
Are we gonna make this parts run or what?
I don't know. We're talking over here. Let's go.
All right, so John left, and look what we got here. He wants to keep all this stock, but we're gonna have to cut all this off for the ladder bars to fit within that frame rail. He's gonna have to deal with it.
You think John's gonna be stoked?
I mean, he's gonna be bummed, but I don't give a shit. Like, this is how it's gonna go. Given that how the ladder bar's like set up, you gotta put this bar somewhere along the middle of the car. So we have to cut on the outside of the frame rail right here. So the car's a unibody, but the frame rail still passes through here. So we're gonna put the ladder bars on the outside of the frame rails, and then we're gonna get some sheet metal and clean this up. And that's it. I mean, it's already cut, it's done for. Like, if he don't like it, like, he's gonna have to deal with it. This is my car now. We're doing it my way. Back.
Yo, where's your car at?
This is what happens when you leave and leave Mike alone.
Shit.
What I'm having Jose do is run all of our nitrous wires, solenoid wires, in the Thermo-Tec protective sleeve, so that when it's going over the motor here, we're not going to worry about melting these wires at all, as well as our alternator wire to our bulkhead. And then one more time, we're going to use the bulkhead to our starter. We're going to use this Thermo-Tec, as well as we're going to wrap the header right here, so that we're like double protecting everything. We're keeping the heat away from the wires.
All right, so you ended up not having to use a line or anything?
Yeah, so I ended up not having to use anything to fish it through. It actually slides in pretty good. It also has 2 layers of insulation, and if we wanted to, we can put it on our fuel lines and we'd be good. It slides in pretty easy. This Thermo-Tec stuff is good for 500 degrees on the outside, 1,000 degrees on the inside, so it will keep everything protected. So down one to go. That's it, pretty easy.
Pop the hood.
These guys have used my truck now twice for their parts runs. They haven't given me gas, they don't feed me, they don't, hey! Hey man, no! Yo! They've used my truck twice now. They haven't given me anything. So I'm making them install this brand new K&N intake that's been sitting at my desk for the last couple months. I don't know what you guys, can I see what comes in this before you guys
You can see after we're done.
Oh.
Elbow.
Nice. That's a nice elbow too.
Flat spot for
It's just like a,
The adapter that goes on here, you can mount the
velocity.
filter on it.
yo, I got a heat shield.
Yeah.
Nice.
With stripping so you don't cut your hood.
Oh, wow.
All right, guys, greatest thing about K&N is they've spent the money for us California people to be CARB. That is, as you can say, California emission boards legal. You don't have to take this off when you go get smog. Go right up. All the smog guys know that sticker, this equipment, you're good to go. Okay, sorry. Anyways, the simplicity of this and why we did it so quickly is because you really need 2 tools. It's an 8mm, a 10mm, and then a flat blade screwdriver makes it a little easier too. But that's it, you're done. With these simple tools, your intake is installed and you're ready to go make Fast and Furious noises.
Mochi, why aren't you helping? You were in the car too. Look, this is a Mochi filter.
Could you breathe well, Mochi? You guys are so forceful. You just like jam things.
Well, you never went in the car, so you don't know what it takes to do it. Right, Brad? Mm-hmm.
So the coppers can't bother me?
Yep, that says you're legal.
Luckily for me, this Canon intake is carb legal. It's shiny, it's big, probably sounds cool,
We got fired up.
but I can't get in trouble for using it.
Fired up.
Oh yeah, I'm about that.
Let's eat.
All right, let's go eat some lunch. Shout out to Canon for the intake.
The way we're gonna run slicks with a manual tranny and push the amount of power we're gonna push without breaking the transmission is I bought this second hand. This is a clutch slip solenoid. It's missing some fittings, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But what this does is when you disengage the clutch out of the hole, it's gonna let go of the pedal slowly for you. So right here you have an adjustment how much you wanna slip it. So the drivetrain doesn't get shocked with the clutch like suddenly grabbing. This is just gonna let it slip slowly, and we get a consistent time. Every time we take off, it's consistent. If we're having a little bit of wheel slip out of the hole, we can turn this down. We can get it to slip more, let go of the clutch slowly, and we'll slip the clutch more and get more traction out of the hole. So this lets us be consistent. With the computer, depending on wheel speed, it's gonna deactivate. So first gear, when we let go of the clutch, is gonna slip it. Second, third, and fourth, the computer's gonna know like, hey, you're already out of first. So it's gonna bypass this, and it's not gonna take into account the slip. It's actually gonna be like direct engagement. This is the way we're gonna save the transmission and be more consistent. A lot of people in drag racing, they slip the clutch themselves. There's some people that can do it themselves. There's some people that can't. Me personally, I can't. I'm sure John can't like slip the clutch consistently like a lot of professional drag racers. So we're just gonna like do it with this.
All right. So back to this cool platinum exhaust wrapping. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap all this because our spark plug wires come right through here, as well as this comes down through by our O2 sensor and our transmission cooler lines. So we're gonna wrap all this up, make sure that we don't burn any of the transmission lines, any of the starter wires or any of that, and keep all that exhaust heat inside the exhaust. Plus I'll cover up this ugliness. So what I like to do is I like to overlap my starting point. So I'll put it like a knot and I'll go over it, then I'll pull it tight, and then I'll use the pressure of it to keep going around. Everybody does it a little bit differently, but what I'm doing is I'm going half. You can go full, see how it's like edge to edge, but I'm trying to get it super good, so I'm going half. So half the distance. So it's overlapping half every single time. I'm gonna try to see if I can't wrap this one as one and pull, or what I'll do is I'll pull this in and hold it, pull this in and hold it, pull this in and hold it, and then wrap this and pull it and like clamp it like that. I don't know, I'll have to figure out how that works out when I get to that point. I'm gonna come to here and stop and then do this separate. If you soak this in water, it stretches really well and it works really well. We don't have the time.
Jose just did a whole intro, but he wasn't recording.
Great.
All right, it is.
I'm doing it again.
Jose's probably getting a little bit of Brad attitude. You feel that in there?
Yeah,
Today he got a little like puffy, and now this morning he's like, "F you, turn it on." Good boy, good boy.
Here.
We made it to Friday. Yeah, nobody's dead. We got a lot of stuff done yesterday. We're waiting on fittings. We're waiting on fuel lines. What are we doing today, Brad?
The first thing we're gonna do is keep this away from me. Steering wheel get put in. I'm gonna get the linkage on the shifter. Mount that plate up, like just front to back on electrical and dialing in.
Mount the seat, make some brackets for the seat. Mount the radiator.
I know you want to cut the neck and turn the neck.
Yeah, I gotta cut that. I don't know how I'm gonna cut it, but I'm gonna cut it. So that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna keep it pushing, and hopefully we'll get this thing turned on today.
Morning. So I think today our goal is going to be to get the ladder bar mounted, and then the shock mount. We got to cut the back, mount the shock tower like brace, and reinforce it from this part of the cage down. Pretty sure we're going to be like trying to finalize the cage and the ladder bars today and get the car on the ground.
Full chassis. Full chassis.
8 straight goes to that, which goes 6/6 out of there.
Fuel filter.
Okay, now that 6 straight goes all the way back to the tank. John's mad you cut his car up. Yeah. You done pissed John off.
My car now.
This is the big brother scenario. So in my family, it's the little brother that does it. In his family, it looks like it's the big brother that does it. There's always one brother that does it.
Yeah, he ain't gonna carry no spare tires back here.
He doesn't even carry gas. What do you think he's gonna carry spare tires for?
Yeah, stick
Big block, small block, big tires, small
suspension.
tires.
Us having a ladder bar throws us off his class. If you put something like that throws you in a class that you're not competitive, like you're just gonna be losing all. Yeah, you're just gonna be losing a lot.
I think the biggest Ferris field that everybody's running in now is what's considered the small tire and big tire classes.
Yeah.
I don't care what you bring to the track, you have to run on this tire, which takes all of the power out the window.
So if you got like a small tire and like 1,500 horsepower, you're not competitive at all, you know. Versus the guy making 500 less.
On the small tire,
Yeah.
he's gonna make it
So-
every single time. I build street cars. I build cars that you should normally drive on the street. You can appreciate, you can take in and out. You can still go to the drag strip. Like I don't want a full drag car. I don't have enough money to have that.
Like that car will fall. Like if it didn't have the suspension, it'll fall in a true street class. But given that it has the ladder bars, like it throws it like way down. I think it's like in the hot rod.
Super
I think
street.
it's like on a hot rod one.
Comp.
Yeah, and we wouldn't even be competitive in a class like that, just given the suspension. Let's say we did like true street, that class is only limited to H pattern manuals. So if we got a sequential transmission, we're not in that class anymore. Now we're in a different class. Same with fuel pumps. If you're running mechanical fuel pumps, now you're in a different class and you're not competitive anymore. You got to run electric fuel pumps. You just got to build a car, in mind with what class you plan on running.
We're throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. We're gonna hook up a few wires, and we're gonna see if we can't get her to bark. That's how we do it.
How's she gonna bark?
How's she gonna bark? Like a dog. Got my nitrous hooked up, that's the most important thing. I need to use a power or ground, and then I have to energize it with a wire, and then I need to grab my laptop and download a tune in it, which is weird to me because I don't see a port for my computer. I'm wondering if this is a Bluetooth computer, where you sign in Bluetooth. I don't know, I don't see a port for my computer has a bus that you plug into. This one, there's no bus. Inputs and outputs for nitrous. That'd be this guy. Bammo. What's weird to me right now, and I've got to find the instructions on this, is where is the...
Here we go.
Where is the download? Oh, you can do it all through the 3-inch. Oh shit. It's all done through there now.
Oh, through that little guy?
Yeah, we don't have to do any laptop stuff. All the programs are inside here. Nice.
So you don't even have to hook your computer up.
I don't even have to hook my computer up anymore. Man, they made this thing real easy. Really dumb poo.
Get out of here.
Where you going? Hey, little.
Hey man, leave my little cooler alone. Yeah, I finished all the wiring.
It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, and I have a fever, so.
No one cares about you, Joe. Bye, Mochi.
Is that my wiring though?
Bye, Mochi.
Is my wiring though? Finish this. Once I make the coil brackets, so we're gonna mount here and here, like they stack up each other. Keep them away from the fire, basically. You don't want to have spark next to fire. We're gonna put them over here and run the plug wires under the fuel lines.
So Monday, this thing gonna be on the ground, almost ready to start.
Yep.
You still shooting for a Wednesday start?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, John. How do you feel about your brother leaving, Mike?
Huh?
How do you feel about your brother leaving you?
No problem, because I'm the one doing the suspension. That's what the biggest thing is. We tacked up the ladder bars. So right now we're working on the shock mounts. So after we put the shock mounts on, the car can go on the ground.
So you got your little hole?
Yeah, so I see it today having the car on the ground.
All right.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Kind of figured out the best way to do this thing by hand. Got it down to where it's actually easier. So first things first, we're gonna cut our lines. So this is one of the lines. This I'm gonna use the cutoff wheel to cut that. So this thing has a Teflon layer inside the braid. So I got this little sleeve that's in the fitting. What I'm gonna do is just kind of use the fitting to separate the wire out. I use these just to bring it down a little bit, so open it up a little bit. Just gotta be careful with this, because I mean right now I got gloves, so it's not as bad, but I was doing it with no gloves, and these things kill your hands pretty bad. I mean, I'm using this, but you could use, I would rather use some motor oil, so just a little bit of lube. So you can see the sleeve has like 2 barbs in there, 2 little small lips in there. You wanna get this Teflon to sit all the way down to the bottom, so it kind of has like a stop. I'll just put it like right in the bottom, in the first lip, right before that first lip in there, and then I'll put this. So, and I started doing this, and it seems like you start doing that and it kind of molds itself, and bam, it goes in pretty easy, right? I'll take it out one more time. Then I'll move it down a little past the second lip. It's right at that second lip right there. So this is a little harder this time, but it's still the same method, and it'll go in pretty easy. So it's kind of in there, and then I'll just use a little bit of force. That. So that went in. Since it's already kind of got the shape of the fitting, now I can actually press down a little bit more. This, pretty much up there already. It's right there where we want it. This I actually should have put first, which I didn't, but anyways, but now it's easy. Now it's actually, you actually I already got the Teflon shape to this, so you can actually just pull it out, and you can put this thing in. This would go up on the line and just screw onto there, and you would end up with something like that. So that's the end result of the complete line.
We got the shocks mounted, so now we gotta do the top shock bar. We're gonna get a plate for here, another plate for here, and pretty much this is gonna be welded like this, and this is our top support for the shock down here. We can run our bar from here to the top of the cage, and from here to the top of the cage again, and we can put the car on the ground again. So we're definitely 100% putting this car on the ground today, so everything's like coming together nicely. This cage is not that far off from being turned and turning this car into a full chassis car, but we're not gonna go that far. So all that is getting cut right now to box it in, make it look real nice, but it's coming together.
Didn't see that.
Surge, I broke the tack.
Today at Build Bio, we are building a Holley fuel pressure system. That is a Holley EFI system with their top of the line Teflon lines.
These are not your regular rubber lines. These are what they call PTFE. So they're Teflon lined on the inside. So since we're gonna run E85, this is what you want for this type of system.
We decided in our system to use a -8 input line, 100 micron before and 10 micron after our fuel pump, with all -6 return. This also is one of Holley's nicest fuel pressure regulators. It's a bypass regulator with 1-to-1 boost regulation. If you have turbo, you get 1-to-1 boost regulation.
And that's because the flow is always going through and you're not overheating your pump and you're keeping a constant flow of pressure at your motor.
So this system should be good to 500-600 horsepower, no problem. Whoa! 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 Don't be nervous, bud.
I think I just heard some cranking noises over here at Team Brad's house.
She is cranking. She is cranky.
Cranky and cranking?
Cranky and cranky. The motor's turning over. We're finishing up the last of the fuel lines, and we got to run the nitrous supply lines to the tank and the radiator. But I see that it is Friday. We're all completely exhausted. I don't think there's anybody here that has any energy. As you can tell, Vargas Chunky went home, and he left the Supreme Vargas here. So,
Number one.
yeah. So we, I think, are all going to take chase to Vargas and call it a day.
Call it a day? Can you give us a couple cranks at least?
I'll give you a couple.
You give us a couple cranks, give us something. This is the first official cranks of Build and Battle.
I don't want you guys to hear my big can.
That sounds like a built motor. That sounds like a built motor if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, you know. Right there.
Oh, Brad, that's cool, man. Feel good?
I feel good. I feel good.
It's that time? You think John's gonna be sad he's not here to see this?
Probably.
These look tough. So, tell us about your day, Mike.
Our work speaks for itself. The shock mounts are welded on, the ladder bar's welded onto the diff angle is set, all our force when the car squats down is gonna be put up on this bar. So we reinforced it onto the main cage. This is a full-blown drag car now. No more street car for John.
His big brother came and threw his dreams in
we're
the
like,
trash.
we're gonna give you a drag car. Like, we're gonna show Callie what's up. Fill the tires, they're low on air, and probably like cut a coil off the spring on the front to drop it down a little bit. We wanted to have that rake, and nobody likes when you can fist your fenders, man. Like, you know, like we can't have that shit. But yeah, it's coming out. John finished the harness. He left early, but you know, Monday we're gonna finish up the fuel lines and stuff like that. So
I'm glad you guys went all black on everything. It looks dope.
I'm excited. It's looking good.
Well, Brad's looking a little jealous over here, so I'm gonna come spend some time with him. Hi, Brad.
Typical Vargas. Typical Vargas.
No
Gotta
gas.
keep air in his tires.
No gas, no air.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
You did a lot of work today, huh?
We're almost done.
Almost done?
Almost done.
Almost ready to win?
We ready to win. There's no almost in that. We ready to win.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No, it's
You got this?
This is Daddy's turn.
Now that you're here, you're feeling extra confident?
Oh yeah. Wiring up here is done. We need to neaten up the cab. We need to put all the stuff in the cab and make it look pretty and nice.
It's looking good, Brad.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. You too, Jose. You guys are killing it. 10 days in, and these guys pretty much have built full race cars. Brad's car is, well, was on the ground, but his motor's in, his fuel lines are done, his wiring's pretty much done, his cage is done, his fuel system, everything is done. It's pretty much on the floor. He's just got to tighten up a few odds and ends, and I think his car is going to start. But it looks like the Vargas brothers just got their car on the floor. Motor is pretty much 90%. The cage is 100% done. The suspension, ladder bars, rear end 100% done. If they come up with some motivation on the next episode, they could also start their car too, maybe even first. So episode 6, the race to see who starts it first. I'm gonna go with Brad because it's a really simple V8, but don't tell John I said that.
It's totally Brad built.
I have receipts for both of your cheap masses.
You're gonna pay me $400 to help.
I'll shut you both down. All right, now play nice and keep building your cars. All right, kids.
Nobody's cheating.
Thank you, brother. Without you, dude, this wouldn't be a possible project.
Can we go over that high five? Yeah, that was a... Can you do that one more time, please? I gotta see that high five one more time.
Oh! I mean, look at it. Wait. There we go. Third time's a try. Third time's a try.